we're cruising, coming on around 100 mile, coming around 100 mile point.
Out, pal. Yeah, man, that 2 whistle gonna work for you when we meet over.
So yeah, get a little.
Yes, sir. I can be over on the 2 there.
Little footage
All
tonight.
right, brother. See you in a little bit in the Maryland.
Little footage tonight. Yeah, it's just, it gets loud, all the radio chatter down here, and it's kind of a, I don't know, you can tell, guys. It just, I try not to talk on channel 67. I just give just very little, whatever information I need to give. I don't sit on there and rattle on there. And it just is a pain in the butt when you got that. It's just a pain in the butt.
Better pilot, this is motor tanker fanfare calling, sir.
Cruising. Got the Shelby house coming up down here below.
Fanfare calling, sir.
Usually we don't have sounders running down here because it's plenty deep, and the ship channels, all that stuff down here. But they'll pull them up either towards the end of this watch or in the morning before we get down. We're gonna get down. Captain wants us down at 164 at.
Pilot, this is what.
He's wanting us there at 8 o'clock. 164 fleet. We got 38 miles to go. I've been adjusting speed a little bit, but we're 8:04. We'll be there probably a little before that because I'm coming around a turn right now. I'm steering a little bit. We slowed down a little, but anyway, we are going to hit that ETA pretty close, that's for sure. I was thinking about that earlier, about setting those ETAs and knowing it's that's one of the problems I deal with when I'm home is I'm used to having control of setting my ETAs on the boat. I just sit here and adjust the throttle according to when we need to be where. You know, generally, that's different up on Locker River and stuff, but for the most part, southbound on the lower, you can nail your ETAs because you just got to adjust your speed. You're not having to hold up for stuff. Usually not having to hold up for stuff. We did have to hold up a little today for, they were doing that bank grading up there above Baton Rouge, but anyway, for the most part, we can adjust our ETAs. I was gonna sweep. I like to sweep down in these turns with this old girl, because she, you know, I tend to square turn with this big girl for some reason because she just drives like she's on rails. And I'm used to the bobtail boats, which slide, you know, you slide a lot more. And they'll whip around, and it turns a lot better sometimes. This old girl just sweeps. Don't get me wrong, she's great. It's just a little different driving style. And I like I was telling Kenny, when I'm criticizing myself on my steers or my flanks, these flanks are beautiful, this girl, but it's just, you can tell the difference in a guy that's drove this boat regularly, Kenny, and then somebody like me it's not my regular boat, so I don't know, just not as smooth. And I hate to even say that, because now I'll be, you know, folks will overly criticize my stuff, but I sweep, I mean, you want to kind of sweep down in these turns, whereas like I kind of pull up on them a little early, and then I'm having to pull down off of them. And it's not anything drastic because I pick up on that tendency real quick. Obviously, I know about it. But it's still a timing deal to get it, to make a pretty turn, man. That's all there is to it. We're not talking about, this isn't about worried about doing, you know, hitting a bank or something. I'm talking about making it ideal and pretty. And Kenny definitely can talk me on that. You know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to me because I want to be perfect. and it's not, it'd take a lot of practice for me to, many trips to catch up the amount of time that Kenny's got on his boat and experience he has with it. So, there's that level. Now I might get up to be able to hit those turns. I'm probably edit this crap out because as I'm saying that, I'm looking beautiful now. It's looking perfect. I like, middle of the river, man. That's what I want. But it's not just the boat. It's judging the current, it's really slack down here. So, last time I was down, it was slack. It was just, that was when it was backing up. Now we've had a little bit of water and we've caught up to a little rise, but it's nothing crazy down here. It's really insignificant almost. But to make the perfect turn, you know how it is. There's guys that they're shooting sports where there's good aim and people that are on it, and you go out in your backyard and shoot a target. And then there's like the highest level of competition where they're, they adjust their shot according to their heartbeat and stuff like that. That's the level we're at, man. We're at the level of heartbeat. Man, that sounds just yeah, that was a great analogy. I thought y'all gotta give me credit on that one. But it really is. I mean, it's, when I say frustrating to me, I mean like coming around the turn. See, right now I think I'll probably come around. I would have already been coming around on, one of those bobtail boats, but because I would know I was going to even slide, just steering the slide. I'm driving it's slack water, so most of these slides are what I drive, what you steer into it. That's the kind of slide I'm talking about. But it varies with this this longer boat, because she holds. I mean, like I said, this boat's like it's on rails, but you have to get used to that if you're used to a boat that slides more. So, and like I said, the river and the tow are the bigger variables. This is just the fine, getting down on boat lengths and how it handles is, heartbeat levels. Now flanking these this old girl's like, what I was told, I remember what Spec, the first time I rode this boat, man, he's passed away, but these men were just great men, man. Real river legends. Captain Henry, Spec, I'm talking about those guys, but and one of them that's alive, Captain John Sutton, yeah, he's my buddy. Ended up, he's the reason I'm over here. I gotta give Captain John a lot of credit. Yeah, and I think I've told about him. Legendary wheelman. Yeah, I don't want to stroke his ego too much because he might see this. But he told me about this boat. He said, one of them said one, I can't remember which said which, but him and Spec both described this boat, and one of them said that it would back up Niagara Falls, and the other one said you could write your name with the stern. So basically that's that they're giving analogies on how she handles, basically, and that's spot on. This old girl you can write your name with the stern. Anyway, that should come out good. I got the Shelby house waiting for me down here. He's waiting below the turn. But she'll pull right up on this old girl will swing. She will pull it up on. She makes up for a lot of my deficiencies if need be. I guess that's what I'm saying. Plus, we've just got 25 barges. This boat will handle 30 plus, or 35 plus, and I'm not running by about half throttle, or so, or less. We've got plenty of juice if need be, and all that there. But to catch some video. I think I'll try to do some live streams. We get down here in this better signal area is what I was thinking. We get down here in better signal area. I'll see. It's more stable. I mean, I get good signals up and down the river, but when it jumps towers sometimes when we're going on live stream, that's when I have problems, you know, connection problems, or the sound or the video quality sucks, or, you know, stuff like that. And there's a buoy. I could hit my searchlight on it, but there's nothing. She's staring all around here, nice and pretty. And I'm not really getting up on the turn too much. I got my 1 mile ring. It's still running the bank, so yeah, it's looking good to me. And my header line, I just don't want to. I won't get it up on that buoy there too much, you know. That way I'm kind of coming on around, and I can actually see without searchlight. It's bright enough out tonight with the background light. Actually, I'm seeing it through my phone better than I can. I can see the turn exactly through the picture on my phone. It cuts through it a little better than visually. Kind of neat. But yeah, we got drops all the way down.
Safe to go.
We got drops at from our next at 160.
South out here to OK2.
You got the Fritz, come on.
Hey man, looks like I'm gonna beat you down below. Just
You got
we'll meet on
Down to
Yeah, what?
Myrtle Grove. We got stuff up. We got drops. We got drops all the way down to Myrtle Grove. So
You gonna be above the turn?
Just jump
all the way. That's about 50
We'll be down
miles
there shortly, man.
downriver from New Orleans.
Fucking hell, that'll work out great.
Yeah, rattle. Lots of. You pick up. We're right down in here where there's just average. We pick up a lot of traffic on the radio. It's just busy down here. See, I don't ever swinging too much, and I'm kind of bringing her down, I'm straight rudder right now, y'all, and letting her kind of drive on down through there, and then I can pull it down. I will probably pull it down a little bit more. When I say pull down, I mean steer it off the point. Steer it down off the point. That's pulling down. That's what I say, that terminology. I've heard, it sounds, I forget. Some of the terminology just seems so natural that I say, because I've been, you know, doing it. But then I realize, specifically if I'm watching it with like my wife or somebody like that doesn't realize, and she'll ask, what are you talking about when you say that? And I forget. Sometimes, you know, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just explaining what I'm looking at a lot of times. But come on around, man.
Alright, look for you on it too.
You know, I'm kind of comfortable. Yeah, it's not. It don't have me on my toes, y'all. It's not a bad. Yeah, she come around there pretty. I wouldn't say textbook. Well, number one, I'm not out of the turn yet. I'm just looking down. I gotta get down through here. Hold on. We'll see how much of a slide we throw when we steer around. But it's not too bad, man. I mean, the river's pretty. Look at that. I'm not even making 6 miles an hour. And, yeah. I probably could have swept. I probably could have swept down in the turn deep, but you see, I'm not jacked up on this turn or anything. I'm just kind of, you know, nice and easy down through here. Oh, see, we're way off it. And in there, we're good shape. Nothing crazy. And my gosh, I don't think I could want any more stern room. I mean, that's what I say. I might have fell down in there a little bit. But look, the sounders still go. It's plenty of water. Plenty of water. So, yeah. And now I kind of pushed her down a little bit. I'll pull her up a little more. Probably till I'm about looking at that Shelby house. when I start kind of looking at him, and then I'll pull it down off of him, which, you know, it's not going to be a lot to pull around and look at him. See, he's waiting down there below. So yeah, I'll pull it around and start looking at him, and then I can pull it down off of that. And that's where, like I said, I would have probably swept down in there a little deeper, you know, where I wasn't having to steer around as much as I am now. And that's just timing, y'all. I mean, it's just getting used to it. I mean, I played it a little bit safer, I would say, and got up on the buoys, but as obviously, as you can see, that's done dropped off, and that's 60 foot plus, and my head's right on the turn, so yeah, we're not going to get any. We're not worried about any more of that. But see, and there's a Shelby house right there. Yeah, right there. And so I'll start probably kind of looking at him a little bit, and then I'll pull down off of him. See, it swings coming around. Still swinging around. But I've never gone anything over 10 degrees. Like a 7-degree swing. I mean, nothing crazy. Even though I said I would have liked to swept. That's what I'm saying. If I'd have swept down in there a little bit more, it would have been even less than that. And I've got her straight rudder now, just kind of letting her drive out, you know, and see how she comes around. I can pull her around more if I need to. We got plenty of room, plenty of stern room. But I don't want to, you know, I don't want to have to be, if I don't have to point at him, I'm not. It looks like she's just going to shove right now. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, adjusting, just kind of adjusting. It's more guesswork for me on that to be perfect than it would be, you know, Kenny, where we really kind of know more. And plus it's nighttime, so I'm dealing more with instruments instead of, you know, straight visual. But, you know, it's bright enough actually through the phone I can see. But, yeah, let her steer on around a little more. And then I don't want to have to pull down. I'm just about 5-degree swing, so nothing crazy. And just really wherever I want her to go, I'll point, and that's where I want her to go. So right there. Sorry, my finger was pointing the wrong way. I mean, right there. Yeah. So, and she's going there. So, yeah, and never really come ahead on it any hard. So we're running our normal speed. Our ETA, I know, fell off a little bit because we slowed down coming around the turn. But when we get in the straightaways, it ought to pick back up and, you know, be right on. Be right on. See, we're middle of the river here. I got a little, but I want to kind of slide down in there a little bit. That'll get me off of him a little bit, and that'll kill out my swing. So, yeah. It's looking good to me, y'all.
Sounds good. We'll see you on the water. Thank you.
Looking good to me. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's being really precise. I mean, I got up to about a little, you know, 7-degree swing. If I'd have swept down in there a little bit deeper, I probably could have kept it even less of a swing. And that's not, I mean, that's just really nitpicking, y'all. It's just, like I say, I mean, if you shoot for, what is it? Shoot for perfection, and at least you be good or something like that. I can't remember. It was the Ronnie Lott speech in his Hall of Fame speech. But yeah, let's see. I mean, we're good shape, right in the middle of the river. And slide is 1.3, and she'll drive out of that. I don't want to steer up anymore. I mean, she's going to be right where we need to be, right in the middle of the river. With barely any swing and slide killing out. Yeah. We'll cruise straight on. Cruise straight on down. On to the next. But yeah, that's 100 Mile Point. See, 100 Mile Point. We are supposedly 100 mile upriver from New Orleans. 100 miles from New Orleans. We're at 100 Mile Point. And that's that.